Hello, I'm Sandy Carl with Passion in Education, and I am creating some little videos to put with the little snippets I've been doing on teaching at home and showing you what I mean by a lot of the words that you might not understand. So one is manipulatives, and we are going to do addition today using manipulatives. Manipulatives are anything that a student can use for counting, beans, little squares, pieces of puzzle, whatever you have around that you can use as a manipulative. And then I ask that you start with 1 plus 1, so I'm putting out 1 plus 1. I'm using pennies as my manipulative. And then I want the student to see that 1 plus 1, we're putting 1 and 1 together. 1 plus 1, this is the abstract right here. This is what a lot of students start with. They don't get to see what is the concrete behind what this means. And then representational means how could I represent it on my own if I don't have any manipulatives with me. So here's a dot, 1 and 1. And how many dots do they have? 2 dots. They can count them. 1, 2. 1, 2. So 1 plus 1 is 2. So this is your concrete, your foundation, what will stick in their mind. This is your abstract, and this is your representational. From there, I suggest that you do many other problems. 1 plus 1 is to start with, and then maybe do 2 plus 1. 2 plus 1. Again, show with the numbers. 2 plus 1 equals, then let them count them, 1, 2, 3. And the reason they already know how to do that is you've gone through the other 2 videos of one-to-one correspondence and how to count. They're also on the site. So now you're showing with your dots, your representational, 2 plus 1. And how many are there? 1, 2, 3. They will start out by counting them. That is the norm. Some might not need to do that, but they will always start over by counting. So even if you do 6 plus 1, they will go back and count your whole entire answer. You're wanting to work through that until it's becomes some sort of pattern in their mind and they don't have to count. Then the next thing I do is go back and teach after, and that could be several days, that could be an hour, it depends on the student. I go back and I teach commutative property. So now I say, okay, if 2 plus 1 is 3, what's 1 plus 2? So 1 plus 2. And here's your 1, here's your 2. They will count them. I will ask them to draw their dots. And they will see that they still get 3. And at this point, I bring up the vocabulary because it is important and they will hear it through their whole life in math class, that is commutative property. That means that whether you count 1 plus 2 or 2 plus 1, either direction that you count them, you still get the same answer, which is 3. So we're adding some vocabulary in here, and we're adding or using the manipulatives, concrete to representational and abstract. Then you will also want to do it with the number line, and I'm just gonna go up to the computer here where I've put the number line on the website, and we'll show them. You start with 1 and you add 2, what do you get? If you start with 2 and you add 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Again, you need to write it out so they see what numbers you're using and what identifies each one. And that is a great start for addition support at home. Hope you liked the video, and there'll be more. Bye.